Los usos del imperfecto. The uses of the imperfect tense. Please make sure to use page 8 in our packets to take notes. You'll see a picture of page 8 right there on the left. If you don't have your packet at home, please make sure to take notes on a separate sheet of paper, as you will reference these notes often this week. On the following slides, you will see all of the same uses that are printed in your packet. I left you a space for you to translate them to English or add any other information that you might need to help you remember the different uses. We use the imperfect tense to express was or were plus ing, so that's like was or were doing something. Ella estudiaba en la biblioteca. She was studying in the library. We use the imperfect tense to express used to do something. De niña, Patricia siempre jugaba con su muñeca. As a child, Patricia always played with her doll. We use the imperfect tense to express time. Eran las 2:30. It was 2:30. Remember that when we talk about it being 1 o'clock, we should say era la una. And when we're talking about it being 2 o'clock to midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning till noon, we should say eran las and then whatever the time is. We use the imperfect tense to express weather. Hacía mucho sol todos los domingos. It was very sunny every Sunday. Weather words to look for are words like nevar, to snow, llover, to rain, hacer viento, which is to be windy, hacer sol, which is to be sunny, estar nublado, which means to be cloudy, hacer calor or hacer frío for being either hot or cold. We use the imperfect tense to express age. Cuando tenía 9 años, yo era muy consentido. When I was 9 years old, I was very spoiled. Remember that when we talk about how old we are, we always use the verb tener. We use the imperfect tense to express simultaneous action, or two actions that are happening at the same time. The key word for us to remember this specific use of the imperfect is the word mientras, which means while. Mi mamá lavaba los platos mientras yo ponía la mesa. My mom was washing the plates or the dishes while I was setting the table. We use the imperfect tense to express habitual actions, or actions that happen all the time, every day, etc. Key words to use habitual actions, this use of the imperfect, are expressions like todos los días, cada viernes, siempre, frecuentemente, etc. Nosotros siempre íbamos a la iglesia todos los domingos. We always used to go to church on Sundays. We use the imperfect tense to express physical description, so what someone looks like, and we will always use ser with physical descriptions in the imperfect tense. Keywords are things like alto, gordo, rubio. Julio no era muy alto de niño. Julio wasn't very tall as a child. We use the imperfect tense to express characteristics or what someone's personality is like. Again, with describing what people are like so far as their personality, we want to use the verb ser. Keywords are simpático, consentido, tímido, etc. ¿Eras muy tímido de niño? Were you shy as a child? We use the imperfect tense to express emotions or conditions. And in this case, we are going to always use estar when we're talking about emotions or conditions. Keywords for this would be nervioso, enfermo, cansado, etc. Yo siempre estaba muy nervioso antes de las pruebas. I was always nervous before quizzes. Now we're going to do a few practice sentences. You're going to read the sentence and then write down which use of the imperfect tense it is. You can just go ahead and write this on the bottom of page 8. Yo era muy bajo. Physical description. I was very short. Catalina estudiaba francés mientras yo estudiaba el español. That's simultaneous action. Our keyword is mientras, which means while. That means that we're talking about two different things happening at the same time. Llovía mucho durante el verano. Weather. It was raining a lot, or it always used to rain a lot during the summer. Era la 1:30. Time. It was 1:30. Ellos siempre iban a Florida en abril. This is a habitual action. We have one of our keywords there, siempre, which means they always used to go to Florida in April. That's it, chicos. Make sure if you have any questions that you send me an email or that you contact me through our journal on Seesaw.